I genuinely am considering asking Anna if she read my diary because there were parts of this book where it was like, how are you in my brain right now? Hi, hello, how are you? Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, it's nice to meet you. My name is Alex. On this channel, I talk about all things books, as you can probably tell. There are so many new subscribers here today, so welcome. It's so great to have you. This is incredible. I can't believe how much this channel is growing in the last couple of days. And if you're coming back, we're best friends now. You know how this goes. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for your support. It means everything to me. So today I wanted to talk about a book that I recently read, and this book was actually written by someone that I know. Her name is Anna Fitzpatrick. She has done like freelance journalism, she's written children's books, and she is one of the coolest people I have ever met. I met her almost 10 years ago now when I was just starting out in high school, and she was a bookseller at Mabel's Fables at the time, which is predominantly like a children's book indie bookstore in Toronto. And I was debating between buying Rookie Yearbook 1, and if you don't know Rookie, you're seriously missing out. I have no idea how you made it through high school. And this book called Firecracker by David Iserson. Because I was young, I only had like 20 bucks on me, so I could only get one book at the time. I ended up getting Rookie Yearbook 1 by Anna's recommendation, but she ended up taking down my Twitter handle and getting David Iserson to contact me directly and send me a copy of his book, which was incredible. It was like the coolest thing ever for me at the time. And it honestly still is. Like, that's a story that has really stuck with me. I'm so glad I got Rookie though. Like, I'm so glad that I made that decision because it changed so much for me. And I think it was a very important aspect of my formative teenage years. And that's actually where I was initially introduced to Anna's writing, because she was a writer on Rookie. She was one of the Canadian writers, and she even introduced me to Tavi Gevinson or Gevinson, I can't remember how to pronounce her last name, who is the editor and creator of Rookie. I met her at like this library event for young writers, young readers, I don't know, but it was like so cool. It was incredible. So yeah, Anna is an incredibly talented writer and I really liked her style, and she has recently released her debut novel. This is what I came here to talk about today, and that's Good Girl by Anna Fitzpatrick. I just finished reading this and it was so good. I think it's brilliant. I think it's incredibly well written. It's painfully honest, it's raw, it's funny. I really can understand why it's compared so much to Fleabag, because it has that like darkly funny aspect to it. There are moments of like self-pity and wallowing, but it's also a lot about like the main character Lucy's growth as an individual throughout the story. The relationships she builds with people there, although there is no hot priest in this book, it is still a very spicy book. Like, this is quite a horny book in my opinion. And it follows Lucy, who is really into hardcore BDSM. And although that's kind of what draws you into the story in the beginning, this is about her life. This is about her relationship with her best friend Sasha, her relationship with her favorite coworker Nora, and it's about Lucy as a writer, Lucy as a woman, Lucy as someone who is unsure of herself, Lucy as a young person, Lucy as someone living in Toronto. Love the Toronto cinematic universe because I am from here, so that just, it pulls at my heartstrings. It really gets me. I'm telling you, this is the book of the summer. This is the it girl book. No, this is the it girl book of the year. I'm telling you right now, this book is incredible, and I really hope that all of you get a chance to read it, because I can't even express to you how much I enjoyed my time spent with this book and how excited I am to read it again. Anna just really got what it's like to be a middle schooler / teenager in like the early 2000s / 2010s. Like, there were so many moments in this, like the fireball whiskey, the awkward sleepovers, her relationship with her best friend Sasha. It was just so good. Like, it has spice, it has friendship, it has professional relationships, it's about being a writer, being a journalist, it's about feminism. And I think a really big part of this story is Lucy is desperate to get validation from the people that are important to her, or the people that she looks up to. She's constantly searching for that validation to make sure she's on the right path, to make sure she chose well, to lead her towards the right direction. And it's also so much about Lucy's imposter syndrome. You know, she seriously suffers from anxiety, and there are moments she says things and she's like, I can't believe I said that out loud. They hate me. This is so embarrassing. This is awkward. They hate me. They want me to die. I'm the worst. I'm a fraud, whatever. And I'm like, me. Just, that's so relatable. It's so incredible reading this book because it's so interesting to see how much care she put into the story, into these characters, and how many like different relationships they follow, and how much like detail goes into each of them, and how they all teach Lucy a different lesson. And I think this is going to be a classic of our generation. This is also a really gorgeous cover. Can we just talk about that for a second? The publisher is Flying Books, which is an independent bookstore in Toronto. They also designed the cover for the Canadian version of Happy Hour. The feeling you get from this book, the satisfaction that you derive from it, is similar to that feeling when you're like pressing on a bruise or picking a scab. You know it's wrong. You know, it hurts, but like it's also satisfying in a way. I don't know if that makes sense. It just makes sense to me in my head. There were so many moments in this book that just made me laugh out loud. Like, it's really seriously funny and like just so raw, brutally honest, very blunt, and written by the coolest person ever. I think you'd all love it. I just want to share some moments from it that really jumped out for me. I underlined a bunch of different things. It was the first part that like made me laugh out loud. And it's when Lucy is talking to her coworker Nora, who's like this middle-aged woman. They work at a bookstore together. She's talking about how like she thinks it would be easier to be a better feminist if she didn't have such small boobs. And then Nora turns to her and says, I got double D's and I'm a real which is just like, I don't know, it's so simple but so good. Like, so much of this is just so on the nose. There's like more dark, more philosophical aspects of the book where she's writing in her journal, and it starts out as this like project with this man that she's in a relationship with, and she says it's a dumb trade-off that in order to build a life with someone you inevitably give up parts of yourself. It's so true. A lot of people dedicate themselves to their relationship so much so that the relationship becomes them. It's like the defining part of them. But I really don't think you need to let go of yourself and like those defining parts of yourself in order to be with someone. Like, yes, relationships are compromise and choosing that person, but I don't think you should change who you are and like mute those parts of yourself just to be with someone. Just so many brilliant moments in this book, and you just have to read it. I genuinely wish I was a millionaire so that I could buy each and every single one of you a copy of this book. But you're gonna have to bear with me, and you're gonna have to help me out and get a copy of this book yourself. Support a local Toronto author. She is incredible, and I just think all of you can get a lesson from this book. I don't know how to explain it. It was just so well done. So well done. I love this book so much. Anyway, that's all I have to say about this book. I'm done fangirling for now. Definitely check it out if you can. I think it's available in Canada for purchase, so go to your local bookstore. Like this video if you like this video. Subscribe if you want to see more of my content. If you already subscribe, I appreciate you so much. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.